Hello guys. Right, so for those people who want to start World of Warcraft and let's face it, confused of where to start, I'm going to try and explain it of where to start in WoW in a dumbed down way, the best that I can do it. Uh, People are going to hate me for this and things I'm going to say, but this is the way it is. I see a lot of people starting WoW, and I see a lot of people getting confused of how to start. Do I go classic? Do I go hardcore? Do I go cataclysm? Do I go retail? Where do I go? Where do I start? Where do I start? Well, World of Warcraft in general are very good at making people confused. Let's put it that way. So, this is the War Within. This is retail. This is the latest expansion that they've done, which is time recording only just been released, maybe a week or two out. They've got another two planned for the War Within coming, so there is more expansions coming. This game is 20 years old this year. Time of recording this year, this game is 20 years old. So you have 20 years worth of content. It is all in the War Within, which is known as retail. As you can see down here, the War Within, okay, live. Also known as live, I call it retail, most people call it retail, okay? You have World of Warcraft Cataclysm. Okay? World of Warcraft Cataclysm is the third expansion that they've done. And what World of Warcraft Cataclysm is basically the expansion from when it came out. Now, if we look at the expansions here, you had World of Warcraft in 2004 that came out. Then you had the Burning Crusade, which was the first expansion, and then the Wrath of the Lich King, which was the second expansion. And now they're on Cataclysm. So this is your third expansion for Cataclysm. I should have probably done this the other way around, but this is, bear in mind, Cataclysm is your third expansion. It is the classic. Basic classic means you're just going back and playing the third expansion. Okay, you also have Cataclysm Classic. Sorry. Let's see. Let's go to. Let's see. World of Warcraft Classic. Okay, so World of Warcraft Classic is basically the 2004 version of World of Warcraft from when it first came out. So treat it like if you played RuneScape Classic, whatever it is. I've never played RuneScape, or the old RuneScape, whatever it's called. So that's the way to look at it. The thing with the Cataclysm Classic is it's basically the main game. It's the 2004 version, and then obviously you play through that to, I think it's level 50. I don't play a lot of Classic. I don't play a lot of Cataclysm. I play mainly retail. That's just where I am. That's where I like to be. And I'm also farming all the mounts out and what have you, so it pays sense to me to be there. And then you've got Season of Discovery. Oh, there's hardcore. Right, so you've got Season of Discovery, which, now, I may have this wrong. I don't play a lot of Classic. I believe Season of Discovery is like World of Warcraft Classic Plus. So they've taken old content previously from 2004 that they never put it in. They've taken some of the old dungeons, turned them into raids, which is like your massive, like 40 player or 25 player dungeons, if you like, the raids. And then you've got dungeons, which are your 5-man run through and kill bosses. We will get into that in a later video if you guys want to see that. We will do like maybe a new player version of how to start in WoW. I just want to explain basically the difference between these, because I've seen another streamer called Butch recently who started playing WoW and he got confused because he had nowhere where to start. So you've got Classic, which is your main 2004 game. There you go, which then has the Season of Discovery on top of it. I may have that wrong. Again, I don't play Classic, I don't play Hardcore. Hardcore is another version of it, which basically is playing World of Warcraft Classic with one life. So if you go from level 1 to level 60 without dying, and then die, or sorry, it would be 50, and then die, you have to do it all over again. If you get level 130, 1 to 130, etc., you die, you know. That's what hardcore is. So, if you'll be balls deep in the old classic version and want to try and do it all one life, go ahead, not my thing, but... And then you've obviously got your Cataclysm, which is the third expansion. And then you've got, obviously, your Live, which is retail, this one. The difference between all three is, it depends on what you want to play. You want to play classic, you play classic. But the one thing you can't do is you cannot take a classic character, or two, whatever, the one you've made, you cannot take that and transfer that into Cataclysm. As far as I know, you cannot do that. Same as you can't take that classic character and put it into retail. There is no, at the time of recording, there is no way of taking a character from classic, playing through all the expansions up to retail. They don't do that. I don't know why they won't do that. So if you go and start in Cataclysm Classic with that character, fine, you can do that. You can do Season of Discovery. I also think on hardcore you have to make a new character as well. If you then want to play Cataclysm Classic, you have to start all over again with a new character. If you want to play retail, start all over again with a new character. The difference between all three is what you want to play. Hardcore, one life. Classic is obviously the original from 2004 with the new Game Plus sort of thing. So I hear, I think Classic is dead. No one really plays it anymore. I could be wrong on that. It could be because the new expansion's out. Now, with the live version, retail version, whatever you want to call it, in here, you will have everything from all of these here. So, Burning Crusade, these are all the expansions. As you see, 20 years old, there's lots of expansions on it. So, all of this up here is in here. You can go back using Nomi time. You can go back and do all these expansions in whatever order you want. If you didn't want to do War of Ind, you want to go back and say you want to do Legion, you can go and do Legion. If you want to go do Mists of Pandaria, you could go do Mists of Pandaria. You can still do all of the content on the old content still in here. This is why I say this is the best place to start. Because if I was to start out playing, let's see, and it takes a while as well, not this one, sorry, this one. If I started playing here and I put, let's say, weeks into it, and I realised, actually I want to play retail, and I realised I had to start all over again, I'm a new player, I'm going to be pissed. Because I've lost all that work. Although it's still here, I'd have to start all over again. In, obviously, live version. So, that's why I always tell people, if they're going to start playing well, play retail. Nothing stops you going back and playing hardcore or classic. It all comes under your same subscription of your £20 a month, whatever it is, £15 a month. Yeah, you buy the War of Ind, you get content, you get access to everything. As long as you've got a subscription, you've got access to all three different types of ones you want to play. This here is the new version of your character login screen. This is with the War of Ind, so you can literally read whatever you want around, you know, and they just changed the character. This will change now to the Druid. Should do. I'll do it right. Right? And there you go. So this is basically just the new version that they're doing for your characters. If you play classic, your character screen will look like this. Okay? You pick a different character, this is how the classic screen will look for characters. Okay, this we'll get into a little bit more at a later date. So basically, if you go classic, this is how you'll pick your characters. This is how it looked originally back in the day. So this is how your character screen will look. So that's the difference between the login screens. But we'll get into how we play WoW in a later video. This was just literally to show you and try and make it a little bit easier to understand with where do I start, what one do I start with. You want to start playing WoW, if the PC wants to work, start here. Start in the war within. Get your foot in. It has been dumbed down a lot over the years. It's nowhere near as hard as it used to be. But again, in here you have all of this. All old content, all old mounts, pets, raids, dungeons, are all in here, and you can do them all. The difference is, if you're playing through the War Within and you want to go and back play Shadowlands, obviously you'll be top level. You'll pretty much instantly kill everything. So yeah, my opinion, start War Within. You know, because it is very confusing. People don't know where to start. People say, "Oh, play classic, play classic, play classic." Yes, classic has got the nostalgia. Is that the word? You know, the feel from back then. That's just how it felt back then. But you can't transfer your character from that server, which is also known as a realm, to retail. So you're putting all that time and effort in that game, and you want to go and try this, you got to start all over again. Now, that's my opinion. If you want to go and do classic, then go and do classic. That's your choice. But you've got 20 years of content right here, and that will take you a while to get through. There's a lot, and if you want to see the map, I'll just show you the map. Obviously, I'll be in the latest expansion right now, and ignore the screen because I've got add-ons and stuff, so it looks completely different to how you'll see your screen. But again, that'll be in a later video, and I'll just show you how big the world is. And it is scary because it's big, but the game's been out 20 years. It's had like 10 expansions, so if you want to load up now, come on. It's not the fastest loaded thing in the world, but you get an idea of the map and how big it is. So the first load of the day always takes forever for some reason. Come on. Ignore the screen, this is one. If you do another playthrough or something, this is where. I don't want to die, thank you. I'm going to find somewhere safe to stand so I can show you. Without dying. Because that would be embarrassing now, wouldn't it? Right, so, let's get the map. This is obviously the War of It. This is the latest expansion they brought out. As you can see, it's fairly big. Okay. So, this is obviously the island from the classic. This is an island from the classic. This is an expansion. This is an expansion. This is an expansion. 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 An expansion. So, this is part of the world. This is part of the world. In each one of these, oh, press the wrong button. Each one of these is all a zone. Every little thing is a zone. Now, it looks intimidating. It really is. But it's a fun game. There's a lot of content. I mean, you've got everything here. So, you take what you want to take. You play what you want to play. You know. I mean, this is Burning Crusade alone. This is, not Burning, sorry, Wrath of the Lich King. This is Wrath of the Lich King's expansion, and you can see how big it is. I mean, I haven't discovered half the map. This is all covered over because I haven't discovered the map. You know? We will get into that later. So, there you go. That's my, that is my... Sorry, I get sucked in when I start playing games. That's my, I've not got a... I was going to do my transmog. Bear with me. I can't help it. As you can see, I've got a lot of mounts. I mean, there is 852, 822 mounts. So there's a lot of mounts. Just give me a minute. I can't do my.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
Let's do my edit.
well, friend of the Grummels.
How do I, There you go. Now I look better. So, yeah. Anyway, that was just the to explain how to play. That's why I go on a tangent, I get sucked into games. But yeah, this has all of this in here. And when you start playing retail and obviously the War Within, you'll start here, and then you'll go into War Within because you'll level up through Dragonflight, and then you'll go into War Within. So when you hit, I think it's 70 is when you start playing this content, but you'll start here. So all this here you'll miss, but you'll start Dragonflight, and then you'll work into War Within. So anyway, it's a bit long, been a bit too long, that one, but you know what I mean. You get the idea of it. So basically, start retail. Try the old content if you want. Do you know what? Why I will do it? Let me give me a minute. I'll show you how you can do the old content. This looks intimidating, but don't worry about it. I'll just show you how you can get into old content. It'll be quick if I do that. And you'll see Stormwind now, and you'll see how Stormwind is bigger than normal. You've got Stormwind that is basically the Alliance City. Why am I dropping frames? Come on. And you've got Orgrimmar, which is the Hord's main city. As you'll see now, as you can see, Stormwind. This is just a Alliance City. Where are you? So you come over to her.
Why,
You want
hello.
to play? Oh, he's not going to do it.
I
now, are you?
always have time for you.
Why can't I play old content? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let's see if I'm just trying to find somewhere that I can actually try and find low characters actually in the city itself. Just want to show you how you get to the old expansions, just so you know. Of course, everything ever goes to plan for me, does it? Must be because I'm too high of a level. Blah 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 blah. Close you off. Close. Oh, am I right there? Oh. So, here's Naomi Atone.
It's like meeting again for the first time.
Timeline. And there you go. So you've got Dragonflight, Shadowlands. These are all the previous expansions that you can go back. So you've got Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, Wall to Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands, Dragonflight. Why I've done it like that, I don't know. That's confusing, but again, it's WoW, so... But that's basically, if you want to change, you just do this. You just go, let's say I want to go and do... I don't know. Go do Mr. Pandaria.
Whatever you do
Now I
not
can
get
go
between a
do questions
Pandaren
with
and
Mr.
their
Pandaria.
brew. It'll be
So,
unbearably
that's
painful
basically
if you do.
how that works. So, it's just a bit of a long-winded thing, but... So you got all the content here. All the content here. And the realms are basically your servers. So, you know, you've got your full servers. These are full of people. These are for new players. So if you want to start as a new player, we might do this when I start the next playthrough. RPs, role-playing servers. You know, so these are all your high-end servers with high and fulls and stuff. So population. But anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent now. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you all. and I will catch you all in the next one. Stay safe. Peace